Your self-image will determine your future. And this is how you change it so that you can achieve the success that you want. But first, let's define what the self-image is. The self-image is basically how we perceive ourselves internally, not what we see externally in the mirror. Now, your self-image is built from your own beliefs that you have about yourself. But most of your beliefs have been unconsciously formed from your past experiences, your successes, your failures, and also how other people reacted to you. Now you might ask, why is this important? When I was in corporate, I worked as a sales manager and I had to hit revenue targets. For example, for a long time, I was around that 50K mark. What this means is I never have been able to close past a 50K deal. It was like a hidden barrier that prevented me from sealing bigger deals. Up to that point, 50K was my limit. When I was prospecting or having sales presentations with prospective clients, I would always subconsciously sabotage myself, even when I knew that some of those prospects would actually benefit from a higher package. I was not confident enough to pitch that service. So that was because of my self-image. I didn't believe that I was a salesperson that can make more than 50K deals per client. So what that means is I had to change my belief system and the way I see myself first in order to believe and have that confidence to pitch the services that I know that I have to pitch. And once I changed my self-image, a couple months later, I was able to close a 120K deal. And then the deals were getting easier because my concept of self has changed. And that is one of the major reasons why people plateau on their performance. This could also happen in your productivity. Maybe you are productive for 1 week and then the next week you are always down, and you see these cycles over and over again. We can see this in athletes, for example, when they hit a certain milestone. Most of them plateau on a certain level because they can't see themselves past that certain milestone. Now, when we are talking about the self-image, there is a very related concept that goes hand in hand, and that is the creative mechanism. Now, the concept of the creative mechanism is from the book Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. And basically, this concept refers to our mind's amazing ability to solve complex problems, generate ideas, and achieve goals when properly directed. Now, the self-image and the creative mechanism go hand in hand because they operate at a subconscious level, below our conscious awareness. Now, what that means is our subconscious mind has a huge amount of information and data that it can process at a rapid pace. Now, with this key understanding, let's move from theory to implementation. Now, all of those concepts are predicated on setting your own goals. But if you don't have self-directed goals, it won't work in your favor. It will actually work against you because we need a clear focal point to rearrange our self-image to match that level. And then our creative mechanism that works automatically 24/7 will rearrange itself also in order to help us achieve our goals. And the act of setting a goal should be easy because when we are frustrated, we want to move away from pain and disappointment. And that is when you can define your goals clearly. For me, in my case, I was plateauing around that 50K mark. And then what I did is set a clear goal that by the end of the year, I will have at least one 100K deal. Now, with this specific goal and reminding myself every day, this creative mechanism that we have all in us could actually work in my favor. What that means is I was getting ideas to produce more income, to search for better prospects, and actually make better deals and better packages in order to satisfy the client in the long term, and that will generate more and more income. Now, once you have set clear goals, it's time to visualize yourself in order to alter your self-image to that new level. So you want to visualize yourself as the person that actually achieves those results. You can visualize the qualities, the way you will interact with prospects. Now, the key with visualization is not to visualize yourself as an all-powerful, perfect human being that has everything figured out. This is actually unrealistic because our mind won't believe this at all. So the most effective way is to visualize yourself in realistic scenarios. For example, you can visualize yourself overcoming objections and getting the deal and how it would feel. Feeling is the secret. When you visualize, put as much emotion as possible. It is more effective to feel it through rather than having this perfect picture. And if you consistently visualize your goals, the character you need to become, and how you overcome obstacles, your self-image will change, and then your thinking and belief systems are altered, and this will impact drastically the actions you take, the decision and choices you make. Now, this is not some law of attraction or manifestation stuff. You actually have to take physical action, but also pair it with the internal work that I shared in this video today. Now, your self-image and your perspective dictate the future of your success, and that's why you want to watch this video next, where I talk about how you can shift your perspective in order to achieve higher levels of success.